and baboons that are not telling you the side of the story. I know what they don't want to tell me. More to see and more be heard. That is enough. Holes left the nose, dripping with blood, and the knives were a part of the identification in the meth case. In the meth case. More to say when there are not much vultures left to breathe in the town that drift the vacuums by the hose of the viral infection in the hips. Like a heavy pastry, molded and rotten. Roses are red and rum is heavy on the throat. Throwing up in the party to say, do you know God? I know God. God is one in the great. But guess what the good news is? I have not been laden or an extremist. Excuse your behavior. We are telling my side of the story. Like this was the judge, jury, Alan Muir, room road to redemption. And the nose of the green creams and puffs and chocolate mercury versus Saturn in the deep mountains of Africa in the middle of the sun at 39 degrees burning and a heat stroke for the religious and the belief of the Christ. God is one and God in the moral men that flew by the towers to say hi, hello, and how are you to be in the Humlock killer case by the roses and mushroom salads. Holes left the nose, dripping with blood, and the knives were a part of the identification in the meth case. In the meth case. I am God, I am not perfect, but I know that other life exists in different planet, and God is there to be.
What is greed? Greed is something that's terrible gone wrong. Writing down what is super beneficial. Agreement can be created in 3 ways at the time. We roses by the non-profits and billionaires club. Club meaning Musk, Zerb, Kaliski, and my personal favorite, cooking freedom. For a long time there has been hidden agenda by primary resources that came along for the system that was really deflated and put to the test when creating burden by the same rosemary function. That is basically the viral process of making a person really famous. Fame or demise. The people want justice and command of excellence. What things could be the main resource of the outcome when dealing with fascination and determined prolonged mistake by the real tellers of the fortune. 5 nights in the whole pots of the main country that is run by dogs. Determine the same time we can recreate the main subject that was taken away from the unity of stands that create a religion. Religious rebels' tactics are not pits and shoes, but the idea where there is a dream within the dream and we collide with precision. Delicate remorse that led the places in the functions of the anoretic demand. Diverse the main outcome. You are you. You and I see a person in the shadow rebuking the devil. Determine whether you are an evil person. And she says, please don't kill me. Can you picture a 600s and in the Bahamas with candle shoes and socks of the unknown enemy that was granted permission when told there can be some help in the same time we are at war with third world countries. She can be a cold-hearted woman, but she is not me, she is someone else. I'm writing 300 beats per minute and it feels like I'm not even writing. There are guardian angels in my room writing the story for me by words in affiliation with death. Does that raise some ideas on when there should be a case for the person and when they should be sent to a mental lunatic hospital? Hearing you say you were just fine is vital and fervently important to understand that this could be the end of a person's opportunity and a possum feeling that run through the veins and creates burden by ancient tactics that are illuminated 200 years ago by Freemason and masonry in the gardens of high tea parties and render of the sea fish. For what I say, this should be the end of a song. Amen. Poltergeist, numeracy, ferocity, concur, generic, alpinus, halometric, tetric, determine opposite. And these are dictionary words I use. Amen. 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 Amen.
There is this thing called mercy. by the child's redemption and plays the role of diabolical determined Shemit. We grieve and connect